Hello, it's me, Julia, with the Julie and the Gang podcast, along with Simon, David, and Mateen. Today we're going to be talking about a few different topics, along with why is Chris Paul overrated, and is Team USA getting worse, or is competition just getting better? Before we get to those, we're going to give you a number to call in on your top opinions: 555-555-5555. Now, for our first topic, is Chris Paul overrated? He's been underperforming during the series and just really not been himself. Is this going to be permanent, or is this just temporary because of the series?
I'm glad you brought that up, Julia, because really before Chris Paul even joined the Suns, there were signs of them getting better, and now he joins the team. The team becomes the number 2 seed, and he gets all the credit. Monty Williams gets none, Devin Booker gets none, and DeAndre Ayton doesn't even get get to say that he's improving. It's not fair. Chris Paul just goes to these teams with developing younger stars, and then he gets all the credit. I think that he is overrated, and that any other point guard that's remotely good, like Trae Young in that situation, would just have as much success. How about you, David?
I don't think he's overrated. I think even if they're already rising superstars like Devin Booker and DeAndre Ayton, even though he came in and he rallied the locker room, he is just such a great leader. And when he came in, Well, what I'm saying is, like, in Game 1 and Game 2, he played out of his mind. In Game 1, he had 40 points, and you can't just say because he had a couple 3 bad games in the finals that he is all of a sudden overrated. A couple weeks ago, we were talking about, is he the greatest point guard of all time? So you can't immediately jump to that conclusion. That's my take on it. What do you think, Simon?
I do think Chris Paul is a little bit overrated. Not too much, as the media says, just because of the fact that he got to a team with already developing young stars like Devin Booker, DeAndre Ayton. I do think that Chris Paul had something to do with it, but not as much as a lot of people say. He is a great passer, a great mid-range scorer, a great three-point scorer, and great on defense, great leader. But if like Mateen said, anyone on that team, any other decent point guard would have definitely done what Chris Paul is doing, if not more.
Thank you, Simon. Now we have a caller.
Chris Paul is not overrated at all. He's a top 5 point guard in the league, and he's just shown time and time he can take a bad team and make them a playoff team with ease. The Suns were not on set to make a playoffs this year without Chris Paul. They would have gotten better, but they wouldn't have been nothing but an 8 seed. That's what I believe.
Well, thank you for your take on that. Now on to our next topic. Is the Olympic competition getting better for basketball, or is the USA just getting worse? Mateen, what's your opinion on this?
Well, I think that earlier in the 2000s, the competition was so easy that stars are viewing playing USA basketball at a lower standard than playing just a normal regular season game. That's why we see stars like LeBron James, Steph Curry, and others stepping out of the games and lowering the bar for other teams like Nigeria and Australia to come and beat us when we're supposed to be the best at basketball that the world has ever seen. So I think that Team USA is just getting worse due to our complacency, and that we should bring the best stars back to the team like it should be.
I think it's just that the foreign countries are getting way better at basketball. I mean, look, think about it. The NBA MVP is foreign. The runner-up MVP was from Cambodia. The Defensive Player of the Year is French. The NBA is just becoming a foreign-run league. The up-and-coming rising star Luka Doncic is from Slovenia. There's a ton of foreign talent in the NBA now, and they're beginning to run the league, as I said. So I do think that the foreign countries are just getting way better, and USA is just staying where they are with a bunch of scores and athletic people that just maybe can't keep up with the fundamentals of other countries. Simon, what do you think?
I think that the USA just isn't managing their team correctly. I mean, there's so many stars that are willing to play, like countless names like Zion Williamson, Steph Curry, LeBron James. Even though LeBron James, he just got off a really good movie called Space Jam, but there's like so many stars that are going like there's just staying in the NBA and they need to be out there playing with the USA. Instead, they choose people like JaVale McGee and Keldon Johnson, who Keldon Johnson actually played very good, but Corona and injuries have had a really big impact on the Team USA. And I think if they add all the actual U.S. American stars, then they would easily get through the Olympics.
thank you for tuning in. We have another caller. Let's see what his opinions on the matter are.
How do you guys think the Zach LaVine and Bradley Beal blows will go for Team USA?
Well, I think when you're bringing in replacements like JaVale McGee and Keldon Johnson, it's obviously going to make the team worse. But I can say that these stars are going out, but we have such a deep roster that it shouldn't make a difference. We should still be dominating every single game. Unfortunately, that hasn't seemed the case this Olympics, but we'll get back to it and we'll still win the title.
I completely agree. I don't agree at all with the JaVale McGee choice. I think if you wanted a rim protector, get Jared Allen, or if you wanted another decent center, get Karl Anthony Towns or something like that. But yeah, I think the Zach LaVine and Bradley Beal are big blows. I mean, Bradley Beal is the second leading scorer in the league this year behind Steph Curry, and Zach LaVine was just a huge athletic force in the other couple games with a couple alley-oops. So it's going to be a big blow, but I think that Team USA, as always, should be able to come out of it clean. What do you think, Simon?
Once again, if you add people like JaVale McGee and Keldon Johnson, I mean, you're not meant to win, especially if you're Team USA, who needs really all the things they can get, especially considering the fact that the other countries are becoming a lot more skillful. It's not that the USA is getting worse, but I think that they're going to need as much help as they can get from the NBA.
Well, thank you, everyone, for those questions and takes. That'll be it for the Julie and the Gang podcast. Tune in next time. Thank you.